So it's a great honor and pleasure for me to be here today and present an overview of the ECML METLA project. The acronym stands for Mediation in Teaching, Learning and Assessment. And let me start by providing some general information about the project. Of course, you can find more information through our website and our official page on Facebook. But let me say that this project started this year and will end next year. As Susanna just said, the working languages of our project are English and French. And we are a highly motivated team. Team members and associate partners come from different places around Europe and Finland, Greece, Malta, Germany, Spain. So we are very enthusiastic about our project. So let me start by presenting you the aims and the outputs of this project. First of all, this project sets out to develop a teaching guide for foreign language teachers of primary and secondary education who intend to incorporate cross-linguistic mediation in their teaching practices. So this teaching guide will be divided into two parts. The first part will contain information about the theory and practice of mediation, so it will be informative. And the second part will include certain examples of mediation tasks in different languages, which examples draw upon the new descriptors provided by through the CFR companion volume. So that will be the practical part, let's say. During the second year, we aim at creating a digital database, a repository, a data bank, which will include mediation tasks in different languages, cross-linguistic mediation tasks, for various teaching contexts and for different proficiency levels. Using the work carried out so far by the Council of Europe and following the basic principles of the Council of Europe, this project will also entail a series of webinars which will become available to practitioners towards the end of this project. And these webinars will aim at providing further suggestions, further tips, guidelines to participants as to how to teach and assess mediation. We hope that our outcomes will be useful for, apart from foreign language teachers, for head teachers, teacher educators, those responsible for teacher training programs, policymakers and curriculum planners, material developers, inspectors, and different organizations and associations related to foreign language teaching. The METLA project actually sees heterogeneity as an asset, respecting all languages, respecting heritage languages and foreign languages, and all languages that come into play in a foreign language classroom. And all languages are equal. It supports linguistic and cultural integration. It suggests a plurilingual approach to the teaching of languages, and stresses the importance of using cross-linguistic mediation activities, incorporating different languages in different tasks for different communicative purposes for the development of learners' plurilingual and pluricultural competence. So specifically in relation to the objectives, users of this guide will hopefully become familiar with those approaches that focus on languages as resources rather than as languages as systems of rules to be taught. So we hope that foreign language teachers will gain some sort of awareness as to how to design their own materials, aiming at developing and assessing their learners' mediation performance. So they will become able to create the specific mediation tasks for different purposes and in different contexts. So this teaching guide will offer guidance and provide suggestions as to how the foreign language teacher can develop students' mediation strategies, which is a very important component in the CFR companion volume, on how they could adapt or differentiate tasks across languages, across proficiency levels, how different languages, heritage languages, home languages could be integrated, and how to integrate the pluricultural component in specific activities, how to develop learners' collaborative and social skills across languages, because we're focusing on the cross-linguistic aspect of mediation. They may gain some sort of awareness as to how to develop their learners' intercultural understanding, openness, and respect to other cultures, to deal with different genres, to different multimodality, to incorporate multimodality and many other aspects that we don't have the time to refer to here. In relation to the METLA mediation tasks, let me tell you a few words and actually provide some examples. So these tasks may involve switching from one language to another, either in writing or orally, reading or listening in one language and writing and speaking in another language, understanding instructions in one language, carrying out tasks in another language, in second or third language or any language, selecting information in one language and carrying out a project in another language, and using different resources in multiple languages with the aim to produce certain outcomes in another language. And let me say a few words in relation to how we view cross-linguistic mediation very briefly. Cross-linguistic mediation involves an interplay of languages. So it is part of someone's plurilingual competence. It's a social activity. It's a selection process because we say that it involves a selective extraction of information by the mediator from a source text in one language and relaying this or transferring this information into another language with the intention to bridge communication gaps for a given communicative purpose. It is also a transformation process. Information in the source language is not only transferred to the target language, but it is also transformed depending on the communicative context. And last but not least, the user's ability to mediate does not only involve being linguistically competent in the relevant language or languages, but it also entails using different mediation strategies. The role of the CFR companion volume in the METLA project is crucial because the companion volume becomes useful in bridging linguistic gaps. It proposes new descriptors, as we all know, related to the parallel use of languages, to the language users' ability to act as cross-lingual mediators, and of course makes plurilingual and pluricultural education a very important aim. This project focuses on mediating a text. That is the first group of scales in the companion volume. So we focus on that particular area, which refers to transferring of information to a person with no access to the original text because there are linguistic, cultural, and other barriers. Before closing, I would like to say a few words about what we have achieved this year. That was a very difficult, challenging aspect of the project because we didn't have regular meetings, so everything was done online, but it was very good that we have now developed approximately 20 mediation tasks to be included in our teaching guide, and these tasks involve different languages. These tasks have been evaluated by teacher trainers, educators, university instructors, researchers, authors, editors, project coordinators on the basis of very specific criteria. And the revised version of these tasks are being piloted in different teaching contexts by teachers, volunteers who would like to pilot our materials. A first version, a first draft of this guide is now ready. It includes some theoretical aspects in relation to mediation, but very relevant to the teacher's needs, because the teachers are the ones who are going to use the teacher guide. There are suggestions therein for differentiation, adaptation in different contexts, tips, and other guidance that could be useful for foreign language teachers. By February 2021, this teaching guide will have been evaluated by experts, and then we're going to have the final version and will be published. And the basic goal for 2021 will be the development of and the evaluation of mediation tasks for our database, for the data bank, which will include a range of tasks in different languages with different combination of languages for different proficiency levels. In early summer 2021, we will be having our workshop with practitioners who will provide their insights in relation to the teaching guide and in relation to the mediation tasks that will be included in the data bank. And then we will be ready to organize webinars which will aim at training teachers. Training is very important aspects of this project. They will aim at training teachers into how to use the teaching guide and how to develop their own mediation tasks, how to implement mediation in their classrooms, in their teaching practices, and of course, in order to learn more about mediation. Thank you very much.